British Foreign Secretary Liz Truss has promised Russia that sanctions will be lifted if the Kremlin stops its invasion of Ukraine. Moscow must undertake no further aggression. So that means under certain conditions, Great Britain could offer Russia the prospect of lifting sanctions. And British Foreign Secretary Liz Truss told the Sunday Telegraph. The conditions include a halt to the invasion of Ukraine, a ceasefire, and no further aggression. Then the British sanctions imposed on hundreds of people and organizations could be eased. The sanctions should only be lifted if there is a full ceasefire and disengagement, but also if there is a commitment not to engage in further aggression, Truss said. And she said, there's also the possibility of the sanctions being reintroduced if there is further aggression in the future. In consultation with its Western partners, London has imposed sanctions on more than 1,000 Russian and Belarusian individuals and also companies in recent weeks. When dealing with Russia, there must be hard levers, they say. Obviously, sanctions are a hard lever. It's a real leverage that I think can be used, she added. Truss also called on her country and the other allies to double the sanctions and double the weapons they send to Ukraine. The minister does not see the will to serious negotiations on the part of the Russians at the moment. I don't think they are serious right now, and that's why I said we have to be tough to get peace. Well, the comments echo recent statements by US Secretary of State Antony Blinken that the sweeping sanctions against Russia are not permanent and could disappear if Moscow changes its behavior. So far, despite the massive sanctions, diplomatic tensions with the Kremlin over the month-long war in Ukraine have not eased. On the contrary, only on Saturday did US President Joe Biden describe the Russian head of state Vladimir Putin as a butcher who cannot stay in power. For the time being, the British government has imposed sanctions on a further 65 individuals and companies in Russia in connection with the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Among them is the Russian armaments company Kronstadt as a producer of the armed Orion drone and other unmanned aerial vehicles, according to an update from the British Ministry of Defence that was published on Saturday night. These systems were used in the Russian war of aggression against Ukraine, the statement said, citing intelligence information. Since solid Ukrainian air defenses may have limited manned flights beyond the front line, Russia was certainly forced to deploy more unmanned aerial vehicles. This is likely to lead to greater demand for these systems and their wear and tear. The sanctions would hurt Russia's defense industry and limit its ability to replace the systems. Even before the war began, London began sharing intelligence information with the public in an unusually open manner. For several weeks now, the government has been publishing daily assessments of the course of the war of aggression. And I'll see you in my next video. Bis gleich.